Well, here's one of the most insane videos you will ever see.
Why are they doing it? Why would they do this? Why would they cut Social Security? They know how risky it is politically.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. Now, we're all aware of the massive fraud and corruption being exposed in our government right now. In one area in particular, Social Security. Now, we've seen that there's over 20 million people in Social Security over the age of 110, all the way up to 369 years old. But don't worry, our old pal Bernie assures us that everything's on the up and up.
Nobody who was 150 years old or 200 years old or 300 years old is receiving Social Security checks.
Okay, phew. Because I thought the people that were actually 150 years old were actually receiving the Social Security checks being sent to them. But you don't have to worry because it's the corrupt politicians getting the money. Whew. Real quick, would you mind hitting that thumbs up button? You know when you like this video, you're not agreeing with the insanity. You're helping push it out to more people to help spread the truth. You gotta love how the Democrats have to actually say things like this. Like, duh! In fact, we all saw the debacle of the Al Green interruption of Trump's address to Congress. In fact, go watch my video. Watch this insane moment from his address to Congress. It's going to blow you away what happened during Trump's address here, not just with Al Green, but another moment that proves you don't hate the destructive ideologies of the left enough.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
So that was Al Green getting kicked out of the address. He's been censured, and there's other punishments that are being worked on. In fact, 10 Democrats joined the Republicans in censuring Al Green here. But this is why Al Green says that he did what he did. Listen to this. Ridiculous.
Punishment is available to me. I didn't say to anyone, don't punish me. I said I'll accept the punishment, but it's worth it to let people know that there are some of us who are going to stand up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security.
Were you saying you have no mandate? Is that what you just said?
That's what he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. None.
And he says he has no mandate. None. And he did this to stand up for Social Security and Medicaid and blah, blah, blah. All the things. You know, the left is all up in arms and they're screaming and shouting from the rooftops that Trump is cutting Social Security. He wants to steal your money. And, you know, the reason for that is because they have nothing else to fight for. They have nothing else that they can do. The Democrats are at the lowest point that they have ever been. Thank the Lord for that, because they have been exposed in so many ways, because they're an evil, destructive party. That's not to say that Republicans are perfect, but there is a clear wickedness and destruction coming from the left, and they have to lie to you and tell you things like Trump is trying to take your Social Security away in order to try to stay relevant. In fact, this is one of the dumbest things you're ever going to hear. But Hakeem Jeffries, he gave a rebuttal to Republicans. And in this video, he says 3 ways that they have the Republicans on the run. Like the Democrats are doing anything right now that is relevant or worthwhile or beneficial or whatever. This is one of the reasons.
And we have them on the run with respect to the GOP tax scam, where they want to cut Medicaid, cut nutritional assistance for children and families, cut veterans benefits, and potentially cut Social Security benefits by trying to decimate the Social Security Administration.
But why on earth would the left have to fear-monger and lie to you about Trump cutting Social Security? Could it be because if they clean up the fraud and corruption within Social Security and make it legitimate, that all these corrupt politicians wouldn't get their payday, that they would lose a large chunk of their income? Now, Trump has said this numerous times. This was just the latest example of what Trump had to say about Social Security.
Look, Social Security won't be touched. Other than if there's fraud or something, we're going to find it's going to be strengthened, but won't be touched. Medicare, Medicaid, none of that stuff is going to be touched.
Nothing.
You don't have to. Now, if there are illegal migrants in the system, we're going to get them out of the system and all of that fraud. But it's not going to be touched.
Trump has said this throughout his entire campaign, several times, a handful of times since taking office again. And the left hates this. In fact, they're working to try to make it better, more efficient, increase payments. Now, if this doesn't happen, then absolutely hold Donald Trump accountable for that. But the thing is that the left have to fear-monger and tell you that what Trump is actually saying isn't what Trump is actually doing. And cleaning up the fraud and corruption is a negative thing. Gee, why would that be a negative thing for the left? Well, here's one of the most insane videos you will ever see in regards to this entire thing going on with Social Security and the left trying to fearmonger Americans. This is Chuck Schumer lying straight to your face again.
So, Social Security is one of the greatest things the federal government has ever done. Don't ask us, ask the American people. They love Social Security. It helps so many millions and tens of millions over the years, hundreds of millions of people. It is hard to believe that the Trump administration wants to cut Social Security.
Don't believe Schumer here when he says that Americans are happy with their Social Security. Almost 80% of Americans have said in the most recent Gallup poll that they are not happy with Social Security and that it needs some sort of reform. Something needs to be fixed because it is not sustainable the way it is, and they're not receiving enough to even survive on. So no, the American people are not with Chuck Schumer here. They are not with the left in their constant fear-mongering, and it is once again yet another lie.
But that's what's happening. We're in a pincer move that shows just what they're up to. On the one hand, Doge has cut 7,000 workers from Social Security. And on the other, Elon Musk says Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. Tell that to the average Social Security recipient who depends on that $1,100 or $1,500 to buy food, pay the rent, go visit the grandkids. Tell them it's a Ponzi scheme.
It's a Ponzi scheme. There, I said it. Social Security has been mismanaged, mishandled, and just absolutely corrupted in so many ways over the years. In fact, about a year ago, under the Biden administration, Tony Tuberville revealed this about your Social Security.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our money that we paid in? This is Senator Tony Tuberville, like I said. Even he admits it's all a scam. All the money being paid in is just going out, being spent by the government. So again, don't let Schumer try to tell you that it's an insult to call out the fraud and corruption. Did you know that the average Social Security check is just over $1,000? Maybe $1,500. That's if you were doing really good. The average rent in America is like $1,600 to $2,200 a month. The average mortgage payment in America is just under $2,000 a month, and that's not including things like taxes, utilities, HOA, just bare necessities. And then on top of that, they don't allow you to make
very much additional money if you receive Social Security. You're not allowed to make over a certain amount. So even if you maxed out your Social Security payment and the amount that you're able to make on the side by going and working after retiring, then you still aren't able to even make enough money to survive on your own. So yeah, these people are evil and wicked for looking you in the face and lying to you.
So now we know that something we Senate Democrats have feared for a long time is coming true. Social Security is under attack and at risk. You don't need to scratch your head and wonder what's going on when you see they're decimating the offices and the staff. And you don't need to ponder what might happen next when Trump and Musk say that the tens of millions of seniors and families and children who depend on these benefits are a part of a scam. It's insulting to them. They've been waiting for their Social Security so they can have a decent life. No one's getting rich on it, but so they can have a decent life in retirement.
A decent life at $1,100 a month. It's just embarrassing. They're living in the old days. You know, the Democrats are at the lowest approval rating that they have ever had. They have lost everything. They are absolutely cooked. And the American people don't trust them. They have proven that they can't be trusted. They're continuing to double down on these very things that cause death and destruction, all the while still playing the same old song and dance, the same old playbook, and it's not working. These people are so out of touch. They don't care about you, and they will do everything they can to get you to live in a constant state of fear and anxiety, so that your life is as miserable as they are. You know, we should all be praying and asking God these very words that David wrote in Psalm 139. Listen to this. Verse 23 and 24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way of understanding. Ask God to show you anything in your life that is grieving Him. You can ask Him to make your path straight and lead you in the way of righteousness, in the way of everlasting life, and He will show you that way, and I promise you it will change your life. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please hit that thumbs up button as well. You know, when you like this video, you'll help push it out to more people to help spread the truth. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.